Hello there, my name is Ben and welcome back to my Dear Esther playthrough. Today we are playing the very final chapter entitled Beacon, simply Beacon. And I fear that this may be the end. But I hope not, it's so good. I have a feeling the candles are lighting my way as well. Which is why I need... Oh! There's a guy up there. There's a man on the edge. Don't jump off. What's that? Oh, the car crash, that's it.
Fire and soil, I chose fire. It seemed the more contemporary of the options, the more sanitary. I could not bear the thought of the reassembly of such a ruin. Stitching arm to shoulder and femur to hip, charting a line of thread like traffic stilled on a motorway, making it all acceptable for tearful aunts and traumatized uncles flown in specially for the occasion. Reduce to ash, mix with water, make a phosphorescent paint for these rocks and ceiling.
What? There's a defibrillator. It's more paraphernalia. Wait. He's dead? What did he just say? Or is he talking about how he wants to be cremated? That is really scary. Whatever that man is up there, it's extremely scary. And now he's disappeared. Oh, here we go. They say that games like Amnesia are engrossing, and they really are, but this is next level. Electrical kind of genetic diagrams. Is that Esther? It may have been. There's a lot of light in here, that's for sure. Oh, it's all the car parts. Oh, it's a strange noise. What was that? Don't freak me out. Is that an arrow? Is it? I don't think it is it? It's pointing at nothing. Strange, I don't feel like I have legs, like when I walk around. You know, you can get like games which you just bob slightly. I feel like I'm in like no-clip mode or... Strange. It's an eerie feeling.
There were chemical diagrams on the posters on the walls on the waiting room. It seemed appropriate at the time. Still life abstractions of the processes which had already begun to break down your nerves and your muscles in the next room. I crammed diazepam as I once crammed for chemistry examinations. I am revising my options for a long and happy life.
Light from heaven shone around him. Me?
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Wow. Reminds me of the trailer with the paper airplane. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. There are birds' eggs here. Why are there birds' eggs here? This game has some unusual linear kind of mechanics, because if I don't go to a certain place, I won't get a certain voiceover, which makes it all more replayable, I think. Oh, please don't tell me I'm heading up to that. Don't know the idea of that. It's so ominous up there. I feel I'm not doing this game any justice talking over it either. So I'm hoping he starts talking again.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal as I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
I don't know who he is now. Can't tell if he's... Oh, that guy's there. He's standing there. You see that? I think we're going over to him. Yeah. That's really freaky.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
This game is... doesn't even feel like a game. It feels like I should be honoured to play something this brilliantly written. And he was proceeding on his journey? It says that. I fear that that ghost-like creature is me, in the future or in the past. I can't quite get my head around who I am actually playing. And who is this man Donnelly? And has come near to Damascus, right? And so he was continuing, proceeding along his journey, and was close to Damascus. He will
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
He eats nor drink. So he came, whoever this writing is talking about, he came here to die. He wanted to find his Damascus, his land of hope, and he resigned himself to not eat or drink and just to die, I'm assuming. Whether he's talking about this Johansson or anyone else, I don't know. Really don't know. It's a building, it's like an outcrop.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact.
What?
Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Whoa. He was in the crash? And he went back to his... I think I know what's happened. We're not following anyone. I am the man who killed Esther. And that means that... oh no. I think I know where I'm going. I'd rather go back down that way, to be honest. Music is amazing. And it came to pass that as I made my journey, and you came higher. Can't see. Something about Damascus. I'm making my journey to Damascus. Maybe I knew. Suddenly. Oh God, I can't even read it now. Right round. Oh, this is saying the same thing as it did down there. Look at that. What other game can you think of that looks like that?
Blind with panic, deaf with the roar of the caged traffic, heart stopped on the road to Damascus, Paul sat at the roadside hunched up like a gull, like a bloody gull. As useless and as doomed as a syphilitic cartographer, a dying goat herd, an infected leg, a kidney stone, blocking the traffic bound for Sanford and Exeter. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. All his roads and his tunnels and his paths led inevitably to this moment of impact. This is not a recorded natural condition. He should not be sat there with his chemicals and his circuit diagrams. He should not be sat there at all.
What? Oh no, this looks really bad. Oh God, I'm here. I didn't realise I was here so soon. What happens now?
I am the aerial. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jacobson flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent. Come back.
Sorry, I'm just stunned. And I think that concludes Dear Esther. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.